Hello. Oh my gosh.
Hello.
You did not have that on when we talked before we got started.
No, I just figured that I'd have some fun, and
Oh my gosh.
I kind of look like Elfton John tonight.
It's so everybody understands when we go behind the scenes, our cameras go gray, so we can kind of see gray images. I did not even see you put that on. Nothing. That is hilarious. Oh my gosh.
Hello, friends.
I love it. Welcome, everybody. Hi, Cordelia, Luann, welcome. Isis, welcome. I thought I saw Pam up there comment earlier. Bree,
Yeah.
welcome. Merry Christmas, happy holidays. Um, I guess we've got our elf helper in the room here this evening. Oh
Happy
my gosh.
Christmas in July.
Literally,
Uh,
as soon as the screen went on, I just was like, "You've got to be that's awesome. I love it
Gotta have some fun.
for sure. I love it." Oh
Uh,
goodness. But
yeah,
yeah, we've got some Christmas. We're starting some Christmas in July. We've put the mermaids to bed. Um, they've had to go back deep down into the sea, and we're bringing out some holiday.
yeah. And we have some really cool projects for you tonight.
Yeah, we both kind of, we both really fell in love with the stamp set for one, because it had that vintage mixed media vibe. Immediately both were like, "Yep, that's when we got to pick." So, this is kind of a fun white Christmas stamp set for sure. So,
Yeah, yeah, totally. And it was a lot of fun to be doing something Christmassy when it was like 90 degrees outside and really humid. And it certainly made me happy. So,
same here. Same here. I kind of went super layered on mine. I've got like three different layers going on mine. So, um, I didn't even do any prep work. I tried to, and then I just ran out of time. So I'm going to be
yeah,
scrambling to get some embossing and some inking and some stuff going here at the beginning. So yeah,
okay. Yeah, shall we head down to the desk?
let's do it. So Bree had commented. I'm trying to find where it's at. Henry, is that you? Is there a story behind that?
There is.
Oh
So
boy.
when Brianna, my niece, and Dominic, my nephew, were young, I used to call, and this was like, before the times of cell phones. And I would do that pound, whatever it was, to like just like mask my number.
Oh
And
yeah.
I would call and say that I was Henry the Elf calling from the North Pole. And like, if they were being like giving my sisters a hard time that day, they'd text me or they'd call me ahead of time and say, like, oh, like, Bree was awful today. And I'd be like, hello, this is Henry the Elf calling from the North Pole. And kind of, you better be good. Santa's watching.
I
That
love
type
it.
of thing. So,
I love
yeah,
it.
Henry the Elf has been in our family for a while.
Oh my gosh, that's awesome. All right, let's head on down.
Okay.
So we have a really nice bundle with a couple consumables for you this evening. We've mixed up the stencil. We brought the poo. This kind of came out with poo, but this
Yeah.
definitely is something that crosses over. We got two products actually from different releases that definitely cross over for Christmas. So we thought this 100 acre stencil it says Christmas and poo at the same time. So we brought that one into this bundle for you.
Yeah.
Then we did from the archives, we've got the White Christmas stamp set, and I'm going to zoom in just a little bit on mine so we can kind of see a little closer. There we go. Um, love this. This is the one Walter and I just immediately both fell in love with, so we thought we had to do something with this one. So very vintagey and rustic at the same time. So that's one we're getting out this evening.
Yeah.
Then this one here, the snowflake splatter for us had mixed media vibe and all kinds of stuff. So we thought these two just go well together, and so we paired that. And then we have the sand paste that we're bringing in from. This is the quartz white. So we thought this is a great medium just as snow at the same time. I know this came out for the mermaids and the beach and the sand and all that kind of stuff, but the grit and the color of it works really nice for snow. So we brought that into this one. And then Walter has gotten me hooked on um, fallen snow. I think I've got 3 jars of it in my drawer now because I literally I think I put this on everything, especially the florals. So uh, both of our favorites. So we're throwing in the glitter glaze fallen snow for you. And then just to bring in some Christmas color, we threw in the Noble Fur Chroma Mist with some lunchbox paper for you. Um, your price for this evening is $77.93. Subscribers, you will get that 15% off. And you also get a free 10 pack of card bases with this purchase this evening. So that is your bundle. We've got some really cool cards. Let me grab mine.
Yeah. So just real quick, Pam, the stamp set, if you're speaking about this one with the bunny and the snowman, this is called White Christmas. If you're looking for just that stamp.
And then the other one, this was the snowflake splatter on the snowflakes. But yeah, yep.
Yep.
All right. This is my card. I've got a couple different layers in here. To do mine, I've got the snow kind of on my frame and at the bottom and on the stamp set itself here. This is actually embossed with icicle, just so everybody knows. So when I watercolor this, it contains it, and I didn't want it to be black or white. I just wanted it to be able to see that's on there and just give it some tea color kind of something. So that's mine.
And this is my card. I wanted to do something with some dimension, so I simply stamped and colored, and then die cut it out with a die that I have in my stash. Put it on some little lifts, and that is set against a panel that I applied some ink, used the stencil, and put some snowflakes on. So this is my project for the night.
Love it. Love the color.
Thank you. Yeah, it's fun. And where Shawn did a lot of watercoloring and embossing, I stuck with a technique that I've been using a lot lately, which is the application of the ink using a baby wipe. So I'm starting out with baby wipes. Hi, Jamie.
I think you did some of that on, was that last week's card or week before? I think too, didn't you?
Yeah, I've been doing it a lot lately, and I just love the kind of mottled effect it gives, especially for backgrounds.
I just love how when we find like a technique for a while, then we just like every card we do, we got to use it for a while, right?
Oh, yeah. Yep, absolutely. And especially when, like, it's funny, I had posted this technique in a Instagram reel for Alta New that I had done, and I couldn't believe how many people were like, I've never seen that done. They're like, we usually use baby wipes for taking away ink, not for adding ink.
Oh.
So I said, yeah, it's just a fun technique that I don't know if, I just tried it on my own. I don't know how many people actually do it, but it's, I think it's fun.
I just did one recently, like a card hop card with, I think that it was technique and tools was the theme. And I did the shaving cream.
Oh yeah.
Technique.
I've never tried that.
It's really like I did the same like what you're doing. I've done how many backgrounds with the shaving cream now, but people were commenting that they're like, oh, that's an oldie but goodie, haven't done that in years, or forgot about that one, or it's like we've done all these, but then we forget after a while. So many other things come out,
Yeah. Yep. And it's funny. I love to use spray inks, but I'll use it in this application. Instead of spraying, I'll put some onto my glass mat and then just use the baby wipe.
Oh yeah.
Just because it's a little bit neater, and I don't know. It's just I just love that effect. Like, it just to me looks more like a snowy sky like this.
Yeah, the texture. It's a texture thing. Yep.
Yep. Hope that everyone is having a good week. Hard to believe we're already halfway through. And Penny, thank you so much for sharing that link for Pam and everyone. It's interesting. I've noticed this week that to me, it seems like a lot more Christmas in July posts for crafting this year than there was last year.
I've been thinking the same thing actually.
Have you?
And I
Yeah.
don't know if I wasn't paying attention last year or if it just is more than normal because it seems like everybody's got a Christmas in July thing going on.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, this is the second team that I'm on where we're doing Christmas in July. So yeah.
Well, I don't remember seeing all the other products either as much, and maybe I just wasn't paying attention to it last year, but yeah, I felt the same way. There's a lot of product out and posting.
Hmm. Ellen, that's good to know. Thank you. I'm going to have to go look for their videos. Cordelia, I agree. I really like this too. So I know, Bree. We're Christmas people. We definitely love it.
Oh yeah, it's like we usually go like all out decorating at our house every year, and I love it.
Yeah.
I could listen to Christmas music year round, to be honest.
Oh, I agree. Yeah.
I totally
Yep.
could.
And I have well, those who know me already know this, but I have a not so secret love for the Hallmark Channel Christmas movies.
Oh yeah.
And they're doing Christmas in July right now. So all weekend long, I had Hallmark on watching Christmas movies.
Love it.
I'd like to live in a Hallmark Christmas movie.
Well, Noonan, where we were living in Georgia, Noonan and Sonoy and some of those small towns around there,
Hmm.
literally are like this scene out of a Christmas movie. I'm not even kidding. The
Really?
little oh yeah, the little town squares with the government building, courthouse or whatever, right there. Like it is the epitome. And there's a lot of movies filmed down in Sonoy.
Okay.
Um, they've got like all these plaques up and down on the sidewalk of all the movies that are filmed there. Um,
Wow.
but that was my first impression. And then, of course, in the winter with all the lights, and then they do little markets and things. I'm like, this is a movie like waiting to happen.
Yeah. Yep. Oh, Sandy, I love it. Christmas in Evergreen is one of my favorites. I want to live in Evergreen. And The Holiday is just, I mean, that's a classic. I love that movie. The big goofball in me, I am the one who does Mr. Napkin Head for my friends' kids. So we'll be out to dinner and I'll just put the napkin on my face and then put the glasses on over and talk to them. I love being goofy like that.
Christy, yes, I will be at CYOE Christy in person. I'm not sure who else was. I know Walter, you said you can't make it, right?
I will not be able to make it. Yeah,
Yeah.
unfortunately. So I'll be virtual. Christy's going to get her fill of me in the fall when we go down to the Cape for another Gin Circus event.
Oh yeah. I remember you guys did that last year.
Yeah.
So for Mr. Snowman, I am just layering up a couple layers of the pearl um, for the snowy effect here for the snowman. If you're wondering what I'm spraying on my glass mat here. Oh, Isis. Yes. I did it. That I did a video on it as well, and then realized after the fact that I went to assemble one of the backgrounds I made with the shaving cream, and you could totally smell it. So, note to self: probably need to get the unscented version. I'm assuming, but I did not, and so the one card I made, I'm sure when they open it, they're gonna think it's shaving smells like shaving cream or something.
Hello, Miss Christy. Don't know that I said hello in the in the opening, and Melissa and everyone.
Oh, you're funny, Christy. I messaged Christy today to see if she was going to CYOE and said, "Yep, I'm booking my room and car today." So I kind of forgot. And then she messaged me back a little later. Did you end up finding a room or booking a room? Because I asked where she was staying, and I, instead of saying I booked an Airbnb, the B was replaced with an H, and so she, of course, had a nice little comeback for that one.
The B was replaced with an
Booked, I hooked.
Oh,
She's like, well, if that's what you're gonna do, I mean, that sounds like a great. Because I said I booked an Airbnb because it was half the price, and it did not come out booked.
oh, that Christy. She's always good for a laugh, that one.
Right. Hotels were expensive. Holy man.
Really?
Yeah, I mean, it was like 3 days for like $1,000,
Wow.
and I got an Airbnb for 500 for 3 days,
Oh, there
three
you
nights. Yeah, I'm like, I think we're gonna Airbnb it.
Yeah. Wow.
So rather than using aqua pigments, I'm using just all chroma mists. No particular reason. I do just think the pigment is a little stronger, especially on this craft paper. So that's literally the only reason. And I thought since we're using Noble Fur, I was just going to use it, all chromas on it anyway.
Cool.
Yeah. What did I do with?
So I think one of the cool things about tonight, and I know that Shawn's pointed this out, is showing how we can use products that are intended for a different season, like the sand paste, and using them for Christmas as snow. It is like we don't always stop and think about that. And if you have the blue one would be really cool to mix and put on for like snow highlights, especially on trees. So there's a lot that you can be doing with it.
Yeah, it's because it's like if it's almost like if you've bought in like the 100 acres, for example, it's like that came out with poo, right? But some of these are just perfect to cross for other seasons.
Absolutely.
All right, I'm going.
Let's see. That gets a little bit in the back there. The reason why I'm not being too concerned with how much I get on for the trees on the card panel here is because in my design, a lot of it ends up getting covered up anyway. So as long as there's like the look like there is some trees back there, that's kind of like what I'm going for. Definitely, Sandy. Definitely. It would be nice if we could have every new thing that comes out, but sometimes that wallet doesn't, it only stretches so far. So if you can use things that you have, that is awesome.
Yeah, Penny, it was like literally like for me 3 nights, $550. It was 1,023 in a hotel that was close by and things. So I'm like, just no brainer. And it was in I had to text Jess because I'm like, I found an Airbnb. It looks really cute actually. It's in Carnegie. Is that close by? And she's like, oh my gosh, yes, that's good. I'm like, okay, booked, done.
Nice. Nice,
I
nice.
thought Sarah lived in Pittsburgh. Where's Sarah live? She said her and Sarah sharing a Airbnb.
Oh, I don't know.
I thought she was in Pittsburgh for some reason. Maybe not. Or local.
Let's see.
Oh, an hour away. Oh, okay.
Oh, does she live an hour away? Wow.
Yeah, Penny's like she lives about an hour away.
Okay.
Makes sense.
I think the blue I used was too strong for just the chroma mist, so I'm going to add in some oxide ink just to give those trees a little bit more definition.
I feel like between you and me, we're getting out the techniques tonight because you've got the baby wipe thing. Now I'm doing some emboss resist, and now we're both doing something through this. It's like technique night.
Yeah.
Should put this on a Tuesday. Technique Tuesday.
There you go. Is our friend Francie in the chat tonight? I don't know that I saw her.
She might is. She's unusually quiet.
Yeah, I'm wondering. She might be taking it easy. There we go. A little bit more definition there. There until I can clean it. And I'm going to set that aside to dry a bit while I work on my front. Okay. Yeah, no, I haven't seen her either. Oh, she had to work today. Okay. Yeah. That explains it. Thanks, Christy.
Duty calls.
Yeah.
Got to pay them bills.
Absolutely.
Yeah, Melissa, we were just talking about all the these different techniques that we're getting out this evening. All right. I'm gonna have to do a little fussy cut in here too. So for my frame, I've already die cut this out. I'm going to emboss this whole thing onto the frame, then cut the inside out. And then those are going to be the shadow trees that I cut out here. So I just wanted it to feel like it extended onto the frame was the idea. So, and I'm just going to do this so I have minimal fussy cutting.
Yeah, that would be a lot of fussy cutting if you were really getting into it.
Well, and this one's like you don't have to do it exact anyway. It's all half of it's hidden, you know.
This is true. Yeah. Yeah, and in my example, I had actually used alcohol markers to color my tree, but I figured tonight I'm going to change it up a bit, and I'm just using a paintbrush to paint that chroma mist on to my trees.
This one is opening night. If anybody's wondering, ooh, what's that sparkly black?
Oh,
Just
the
using,
embossing powder?
yeah.
It's fabulous, huh?
Oh, I love this one. Love, love, love this one. It's very glammy. It's got the perfect name, opening night, like glitzy
Mm-hmm.
glammy of an opening night of a theater or something. It's very glammy once you see it in person.
Yep. I like the red one that came out around the same time. Um, that one was pretty good too. It had little bits of gold in it.
Yep, I have that one too. Love it.
Okay.
Very Christmassy too.
Yeah. There was a chroma mist that had come out in that release as well that I don't believe it's available any longer, but it was called Waitress after Waitress the musical, and it was a cherry red. Oh my goodness, was it
Oh,
gorgeous.
nice.
Lots of pigment in it.
That's a great musical too, by the way.
Oh yeah. Yeah, it really was. Sarah Bareilles did an amazing job with that music.
Oh, yes. We saw her in it too. She's just so
Oh,
good.
nice.
Yeah.
Hi, Jim. Welcome.
Well, hello, Jim. All right, we'll cut the innards of this one.
Christy being so formal. Hello, Jim. I can
Christy,
just hear her
are you not
saying,
feeling well tonight, Christy?
let's see.
She said she did say she doesn't have Francie to
Yeah.
be her right arm this evening. All right.
Let's see. Hi, Nikki. Welcome, welcome.
Sorry, I'm gonna spend your money for you, Sandy. Get this stuff out that we haven't probably seen.
I mean, it is fun to spend other people's money for them.
It is. And look at all the cool stuff you're missing out on. Oh my
But of
gosh.
course, Christy.
Did anybody else watch the Christopher with his July release, Christmas and July stuff? Oh my gosh, there's some cool stuff in there.
There is some cool stuff.
That foilable acetate. I'm like, okay.
Yeah.
Now that I've purchased my my fuse, that's gonna have to go in the cart.
Hello, Debbie. Nice to see you. Welcome, welcome. Worst friend
Debbie.
ever. Oh, Sandy, we know you love Shawn.
What'd you say? Where's yeah, right. Hey, it's payback. She took me to the best, I'm telling you, the best local craft store, kind of out in the middle of nowhere, about an hour outside of town here. Um, Firefly, and
I'm so jealous to see that. I've wanted to
oh,
go there.
let's just say Shawn spent way too much money. Like
Oh,
way too much money. So I blamed halfway through. I had a like my basket full, and I was just kept showing Sandy, and I'm like, I blame you. This is all your fault. I blame you.
the owner is so nice, though.
Oh my gosh, they all were so nice. I
Last,
am the
I'm sorry. Go
second
ahead.
guy. Well, I'm the second guy to join their farm girl program.
Oh, okay.
It's their like frequent buyer program that they call Farm Girl, and she's like,
Yeah.
now we usually take a picture and post that we got a new Farm Girl member, but I mean, do you want to? Do you want me to say Farm Girl? Like, well, that's the program. Let's go for it. Yeah.
Yeah, last Christmas there was a special kit that was released by 49 and Market, and it was really hard to find, and they had some out there, so I had reached out by email, and she got back to me, and she was just so nice and helpful, and she took my money and mailed the kit to me, and just, yeah, she was great.
Oh, she was so nice. Chatted with her for a little while, and yeah. And then she said they were missing a die that came with a set that I wanted, and yep, she's like, "We'll get it on Monday, and I'll ship it right to you." So
Nice.
nice to find something kind of local like that, too.
Oh yeah,
Just to support, kind of like Brutus, to support these smaller craft companies.
absolutely. And an hour's really not that bad.
No, no, we got
And the
coffee at a great coffee shop and had a little road trip.
Aw, that's awesome.
Oh, cut this one out. Haha, thank you, Melissa. Yeah. And she was even like, "You want a picture? Are you sure?" I'm like, "Yeah, this is yes. Whatever post it, whatever we're supposed to do with it, let's do it."
I love it. Oh, that's too bad, Pam. You were lucky to even have anything, though. Like here in the Boston area, you would think that big area there's bound to be, but no, not really. I have to drive up either to southern New Hampshire or to Connecticut to find a good craft, like independent craft store.
Dang.
Yeah.
You would think you would have something local in
Yep.
Boston.
Yep. But no, there's not. Oh, thanks, Melissa. Yeah, just not quite done yet, but we're getting there.
I'm not being precise with this fussy cutting. It's more silhouette, so I'm just kind of doing the shape. There's so many jaggedy edges on this one. Where's because isn't the crop on the what's it, crop on the Cape? That's close to you though, right?
Yeah, the Cape, it's about an hour and a half away.
Okay. So that's not bad. I
Yep.
mean, but that's not a store. That's just the show or whatever though,
Yeah,
right?
that's where the event is. Yep.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yep.
Okay, let's get some dimensionals going here. July 26th, and met Jazz, Christopher, and Sick with. Oh, yeah. They have it. Christopher's got a great store, too. He was another, like, when I walked in there for Spring Fling, I had literally no idea what to expect. And then like, to know how much that they produce on site for these products with the chroma glazes and glitter glazes and the sprays and stencils are cut right on site, like blown away,
Hmm.
absolutely blown away with how much he does on site. I think who was
Yeah, I
that
mean, I
saying
do
that they
look
were there last year?
I do look forward to hopefully getting down there at some point.
It's kind of cool to see in person, you know.
Yeah.
See where all the creative magic happens.
Hmm.
And he's got it decorated really cool.
I bet. All vintage. Oh, really, Brie? Like, what kind of vintage? Is it like vintage clothing or? Give me the deets.
I missed it. Oh,
New store that had opened up by them that is all vintage, she
all
said.
vintage. I just found one on Instagram today, local here in Minneapolis. Um, I followed them because look at their pictures. Very like you would really like it too, Walter. It's all vintage, but they had like collage stuff, mixed media stuff, furniture, clothes,
Oh,
old
yeah.
signs. Like um, I'm in town this weekend, and I'm like, I think I'm gonna have to go and visit this place because it looked really cool and tons of stuff. Huge, huge store and filled.
Nice.
All right.
Okay,
Oh,
Brie, let me know.
all right. All my stuff is stacked and layered, so start there. And that.
I'm not going to color the entire sky because I am going to be die cutting out the shape. So I just want to, I don't want to waste and color in an area that isn't needed. But there's something else I'm going to do. So that's why I'm using an alcohol marker rather than some ink. Also, it's just easier to move around the images with the marker. But I'm not being too, I don't need meticulous coloring for this. Because I'm going to do a little overlay on top of this with some white alabaster ink, using, if you want to guess,
What do you
a
mean
baby white.
what do you mean overlay with the alabaster?
I'm going to put some alabaster on a baby wipe and just tap it around the sky, around the blue. So it's just going to like what you
Oh,
see
ink.
here.
Ink.
Yeah.
Sorry. I was thinking,
Yeah.
sorry. My brain went to embossing powder and I was like, Ooh, another like what? Never
Oh,
mind.
gotcha.
It was like my brain went straight to alabaster embossing powder. Sorry.
Gotcha. No worries. Hello, Scott.
Ah, he never comments. He's always lurking in the background, I think.
Well, nice to virtually meet you.
Now that we live apart, he's got to watch me on TV to see me.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, Sandy, you guys are welcome. I think I ended up with a 2 or 3 bedroom.
Oh, for your Airbnb?
Yeah, she's like to Melissa. She's like, let's go crash Sean's Airbnb crafty party or whatever she said.
Oh. So I want to check and see if that's going to be good. Hi, Rebecca from Kaiser, Oregon. Welcome. Nice to see you here tonight.
Hello, hello.
Yes, that will end up being good. Okay. Good.
I just opened up a new pack of this dimensionals. It's so sticky. I've got it like sticking to everything. It's tearing on me. It's sticking to my fingers.
Oh, no. Yes, you're joining a very friendly group of people here, Rebecca. Always nice to see some new folks joining in.
Rebecca, we normally do a bundle every Wednesday, Walter and I, um, to feature. And so we just finished up our mermaid flurry of mermaids here last month. So this is our first set for Christmas in July. And we got, if you go scroll through the comments, I think Penny, our moderator, put it in there for us for the bundle. If she could throw that back up for us. Um, Again, all these products, everyone, were given to Walter and I for free to feature for you all and show you all of our ideas. And I feel like I need something on this. What am I missing? Oh, splatter, I think. Yeah, that coloring on yours is so good.
Oh, thanks so
That
much.
looks that looks so good.
And what I like is that, like, by dabbing the white, it kind of mutes it down a little bit, so it looks a little bit more vintage.
Yeah. Yeah.
Um, and then after I add, or before I add on my snow onto the trees, I'm also, once this is dry, going to go over it with just a little bit of like some antique linen distress ink, just to age it up a bit.
Oh yeah. Right, this is gonna be like so. I was watching just that technique now that you're doing with the white reminds I've been watching this watercolor guy
Uh-huh.
on YouTube just to learn some different watercoloring techniques for some of the stamps I do. And he uses white pigment ink, white pigment ink, and pardon me, paint pens, acrylic paint pens,
Uh-huh.
um, a ton. So like he'll do his watercolor stuff or his painting, and then he'll knock back with white to give it that look of as if the sun is just glimmering over it.
Mm-hmm.
Um, And you wouldn't think like with the white I would do yellow or something, but it just turns out like, and he uses a cotton ball, and so I've been trying to play with that just a little bit too, and it works. It's just so cool.
Yeah. It's interesting. I've been using acrylic markers a lot more lately too for adding some detail onto flowers and onto the petals. They work so nicely for that.
Well, and he just I don't were you doing like he just does little dots and little tiny lines and things, and it's just
Yes,
like
exact. Yep.
yeah,
Yeah. So I just take it and I just like lightly flick up from the center of the leaf or the petal just to get little bits of detail on there.
right, right.
Yeah. Sandy, I'm happy to hear that. I love tea stain. Tea stain, antique linen, and vintage photo are my favorite distressings. They're totally my jam. I'm just going to do a little bit of drying to speed this up.
I have a little splatter, and then I have my snow, and I'm pretty close to done. Oh yes, thank you for mentioning that. Um, if you look in the description, we have all of our design team members' links and socials in there too. Um, our entire team has just been putting out really cool stuff. The Christmas and July stuff coming out now is just everyone's just knocking it out of the park. So we've got everybody's links in there to go follow and find them and see what they're putting out.
Yeah. I mean, this team this year is just really, I mean,
Oh, there's some really cool stuff being put
yeah.
out.
We have
And
one member or two members in the chat with Melissa and Sandy.
and everything from cards to like mixed media to we've got some amazing scrapbookers with the scrapbook pages they're putting out are just so cool.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. And I don't scrapbook, so for me to see those designs, they amaze me.
Same. Yep. Same.
So since Sandy mentioned it, I'm actually think I'm going to use tea stain rather than antique linen because antique linen would be a little on the lighter side. So I am going to use some tea stain, not a lot, just a little, just to give it a little bit of a grungy factor.
This sand paste reminds me back in the day. Now this might be too much TMI, but when I was doing hair back in this little town of Red Wing, Minnesota, I had a client that was into ceramics, and so I started doing ceramics with her because, again, living in the middle of nowhere, and it was crafty and it was something to do. And I made a whole Christmas village that we still have to this day, like 30 some years later.
I love that.
And I personalized all the buildings with like our names and like manly haircuts and different things. Um, and to do the snow on the buildings, it was something almost exactly like this sand paste. It was gritty and white, and you just dabbed it on to make the snow on top of the buildings. And as soon
Yeah.
as I got this, it reminded me of that.
Awesome. That sounds great. I love Christmas crafting.
Yeah, I think I've got like 13 buildings, I think, in the set that I made.
I love it.
And it's a process. You start with that soft clay and you sand it and you clean up the windows and all that stuff, and then you fire it, and then you got to glaze it and paint it and then glaze it
Yeah.
again, and it's a process for just like one building. It's several weeks of work.
Oh yeah. Yeah.
All right, I am just going to get a sentiment done really quick, and I'm ready to go. Let's see here.
Oh wow, you're done?
Surprisingly, yeah. Like
Wow.
I just got to do my sentiment. I really felt felt like I was going to be in trouble tonight because I felt like I had so many layers on mine. It was like the day that week we did the board. I was like, I just kept going and going on the sample, and then I'm like, okay, gotta stop. This is gonna be this could turn into a 2 hour live.
I know. I know.
I feel like I want to do a. Let's see. I don't think this is gonna be too big. Yeah, it's too much, I think.
Okay. So since I am using little bits of the sand paste to go onto my trees, I am going to use a paintbrush rather than a palette knife to get that on there. And to add in the snow, I am just going to tap it into different places. No, no necessary rhyme or reason, just tapping it in where I think that, snow might live on a tree like this. Kind of channel Bob Ross, and we'll just say we're going to put some here, put some there, make it happy.
Yeah. I wasn't quite so gentle. I was just kind of smearing and going, and okay, I'm done. Put it in the corners, put it on the trees. I'm done. Let's see. To the world. I need joy on this one. Bree's talking about scrapbook was amazing. Oh, she made me cry. So somebody must make. I was like, was thinking that was from you. Never mind.
Oh yeah, no, she made one for her mom. It was
Oh,
beautiful.
got it.
She did a great job. Yeah.
Oh, let's just get out. The trusty old gilded.
Can't go wrong with gilded.
Nope, cannot.
Okay. And then I need a paintbrush to add some of the glitter glaze on. I think it was Sandy who had commented earlier and said how great the glitter glaze smells. And it really does. It smells so good.
Yeah, they're not like harsh chemically smelling and I think I'm gonna have to do a card now in the next couple of weeks where I don't have to fussy cut. I feel like I have fussy cut so dang much. We're gonna design something for the next couple with the new releases without fussy cutting.
And then even though that sand is still wet, I am going to tap just a little bit of the glitter glaze on top of it so that as it dries, it's going to not only have that nice sandy, gritty texture, but it's also going to have a little bit of glitter there.
Ooh, this is wet, wet, wet.
I just absolutely love doing winter scenes. So much fun.
Honestly, anything Christmas.
Yeah, absolutely.
I find though, like sometimes I feel like I get annoyed when when I have to make them for like the cards that we give out versus just doing like this, right? Like it's like then it's like it becomes like a job versus just doing this
Hmm.
when I have to make them to send out.
Yep. Okay, I need to do a little drying, so I'm going to mute myself for a moment. Thanks so much, Rebecca. Appreciate that.
Ah, thank you, thank you. You guys are welcome to post your cards in my large group called Let's Make Cards. Oh, awesome. We also do for us, Rebecca, as well. If you get inspiration from anything we make, or replicate or do your own version, we have hashtag Men of Monroe Wednesdays. So if you get some inspiration off of what we do, feel free to tag us as well. That'd be awesome. I'm assuming your group is on Rebecca. Is that Facebook or is that Instagram? But that's awesome. I am done, so we'll wait for Walter to get his dried and finish the assembly on his. Anybody else start their Christmas cards, um, or go out and get any Christmas stuff yet from Brutus Monroe and start your stuff yet? Um, so he had a great release on Tuesday, so I know there was some really cool stuff. And then we've got our book release that has come out, and you're going to start seeing a ton of stuff get posted with our book release. That's where Walter and I are going to the books next. Get my camera to focus. It looked out of focus there. Oh, nice. All right.
Oh, Rebecca,
Well,
I already post there in Let's Make Cards. So nice to meet you. I didn't know that that's your group. That's awesome.
that's awesome. Yeah. Welcome. I'm going to scroll up while you're finishing. I'm going to scroll up, see what I missed.
Okay, I am almost done. I just need to add some of these snowflake splatter stamps into my background.
Oh, yeah. Thank you for posting that, Melissa. The Men of Monroe Wednesdays. Appreciate that.
Oh, thank you.
And thank you, Ellen. Ellen, I don't know why I was jamming, meaning like I was fast. I don't know what my deal was tonight. um,
Yeah, and I think I'm just probably being a little slow.
that's all right.
Almost done, though.
I probably could have added a couple more layers. You know what? While I'm waiting, I'm going to do that anyway because I was thinking when I did this, I could have done just a tiny bit more green. So while you're wrapping up, I'm going to just darken up my green a little bit without trying to smush my snow. On the sample one, I think I did about 3 layers of green just to get it dark.
Ah, okay.
Craft paper sucks up the color, you know?
Oh, yeah. Well, that's why, yeah, now the white's not exactly coming through so well for me. You know what I can do is I will use some, let's try some Lost Shadow instead.
Regina, you know what it is? I was a little anxious at the beginning, thinking I had too many layers and the coloring and the embossing and then the different techniques. I was afraid I was going to get super behind, I think, and I started rushing.
A little better, but still not what I'm looking for. So we will now move on to Do, 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 do. Where is the light blue that I'm looking for? Do, do.
Melissa thinks you need a dark base.
She said to use dark.
Melissa did, yeah. What about me? Do you have? Is it the midnight?
Yeah, but you know what I think I'm gonna try? I'm gonna try Salty Ocean and see how that does.
And I need. Let's just do.
Because then if I do the Salty Ocean and then put the white over it, I think I'm going to get the lighter blue that I kind of am looking for. Let's see. That is what I wanted. Now, put some white over it. And I'll be good. But thank you, Melissa. I could have used faded jeans. That maybe would have worked.
Oh, Isis publishing? No. I wish I was even that creative to write a. I probably could if I sat down and tried. But all the we've got books to publish coming up for this new release, though, for sure.
Yeah.
Library full of them.
Oops, actually, I still need my stamping platform for my sentiment, and then I will be close to done. That's so cool, Rebecca. I have been posting to that group for several years now. I really like it.
All right, I'm gonna put the tools down before you go too far.
Those to the side, and I'll clean them better when I am done. Let's get this on there.
That actually helped. I got out the colored pencils a little bit too, just to give it a little something.
Oh. Sending you warm. Come on. You're stuck to my finger, you. Hugs.
Let's see what else we got up here. Melissa's made one Christmas card and two made for Bruce Monroe. Yep. This is like literally besides the one we had to make, that's all I've started so far. So like 5, maybe 6, I think I'm up to. And I think we generally send out like 120 Christmas cards every year, so I need to get ahead of the game.
Wow, 120?
Yeah, and I try to make them all.
Yeah,
it gets a little insane, but then you find one where you can. I try to do a couple individuals, like certain like tailored to people, and then I'll do like mass. So then I'll like come up with a design where I can do like 10 or 15 or 20, right? And then just like stamp, emboss, and there's definitely no fussy cut when it comes to Christmas cards. That's for sure.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, we get a little insane at Christmas when we send out our cards. I missed it on your first one we did. Is it on dimensionals or how you have that popped up on there?
Yep. So it is just a little bit of a scrap of craft paper that is folded and back of it. So you can see there
Oh
I put
yeah,
3 pieces on. So then that way, when I put it in the envelope, it'll fold down flat
Latin.
without, yep.
I was thinking when I was sitting there, and I could see the corner. I was like, that looks like more than the dimensionals. I thought it was on dimensionals.
Oh, yeah. Yep. So, okay. So I'm essentially done. I just need to get that onto the card base and then get my oval onto there, but then I will be done. So that gives you the idea of what it's going to look like.
Yeah, that coloring looks so good.
Oh, thanks so much.
It does.
I stuck pretty much to the original formula for the sample that I made. Just a few different changes, but I
Yep.
do like Melissa. Thank you for that suggestion with the blues. I do like those blue snowflakes. They definitely show up better than when I did it just the white, and like you can't really even see them that well on camera. So good idea. All right, so I'll finish this up and I will end up sharing a picture.
Cool. Here's mine. I'll get a little closer since that's as far as I can zoom. Mine's kind of stuck to the original. I just changed out. Um, I did the gilded embossing on my sentiment. I did add just a little bit of what did I use? Um, I think I had vintage photo on my brush, and I just gave it a little edging just to give it something. But all the same watercoloring um, in the snow. So that is my
I
card.
love it. That is really, really cool, Shawn. That is such a fun, like multimedia design.
Yeah, I
And
mean, you're going to
even
need
quick,
more than an average envelope for this one, but same with
yeah,
yours.
yeah. I this one's a 5x7. But I knew for what I wanted to do, I needed it to be a little bit larger. So
Yeah,
yeah.
very, very cool. All
Yeah.
right,
Thanks all. Thanks, Rebecca and Kate and Melissa and Penny. Shall we head on
head
up?
up to the face cam.
Yeah. This time without the elf hat on, but if you want, I will put the hat on to
Oh,
say
see, now
goodbye.
here I was thinking you were going to have a costume change coming back up from the down cam with a different one or something.
I know. I know. I should have. You know what I love about this hat is these ears are just hysterical.
I love it.
There's
That is
little
just
ears
that's
on the
awesome.
side.
We
Yeah.
should have did this for Easter and for like I didn't even think of that.
I have a couple of Thanksgiving hats. So once we get to Thanksgiving, I'll have
Okay,
to, yeah.
I'll have to go. I don't know if I have any here. I'll have to go get something. Now we're gonna have costume changes and intermission and
Well, you're always dressed to the nines, and I just have like my t-shirts on or my hoodie on usually. So
it just has become my thing, and like now I just cannot not do it. But it's just honestly, these were like a cheap pack of 30 that are not even they're not tied, trust me. They're just little clip-ons. So
yeah, hey, it works.
right, right. Well, thank you so
Nice.
very much, everybody. Appreciate you all hanging with us and commenting. We are moving on to I think is it books and stuff we're moving on to, right? The next release. So
Yep.
this was our Christmas in July for you. We've got the last couple days have been. I think we've got today's the last day. I think for all the posting for Christmas in July from the design team. So be sure to hit their links below to check out all the Christmas in July stuff too. So
Yeah. Absolutely. Thanks so much for tuning in, and we hope to see you next week.